The next group up.
Of course, these guys went out when the conditions were significantly worse. They didn't have time to change their wheels between the recovery. So they're all probably lining up on exactly what they went out on the first time. Is that Johnny Lewis there? Is he on Slick's bike number 54? They look like Slicks to me.
Hard to tell from here.
It is hard to tell. The lap times will tell. Ready to get underway. The lights are on. And we're off. And that was a great start from Chris DeFoy from position 2. Johnny Lewis got away much better this time. Challenging around the outside. Is he going to hold it in? No. Johnny pulls into position 3. Chris DeFoy into position 2. Is that Dennis Charlotte making a move up into 4th position? So that would be Kane Squire on the Yamaha R450 leading the race. Good dice going on for 4th place as they come through the Christchurch Casino Carousel. Oh, and a big move into that left-hander. That's a good place to pass if you can get it done. And it looks like the track conditions are drying rapidly. So Chris DeFoy, Kane Squire, I believe it is, in first place, pulling out a bit of a gap. As they come round, we'll confirm. Oh, that's Simon Aldridge in first place, followed by Chris DeFoy, Dennis Charlotte and Johnny Lewis. So Simon Aldridge riding the Husqvarna 701, leading the race.
Right, it's definitely drying out. They're 4 to 5 seconds a lap quicker this time out than they were this morning, and that's on a standing start. So I would say that the track is drying out and that at least some of them are running slicks because they are noticeably quicker than they were before.
I'd have to agree with you there. The track conditions are definitely drying. And that's almost a 5-second gap that Simon Aldridge has. Simon Attridge over Chris DeFoy. That's a great lead at this stage of the race.
Certainly is after one lap. Just don't throw it away. Oh, Dennis Charlotte getting taken on the inside. By Johnny Lewis.
So that's Simon Attridge over Chris DeFoy, Dennis Charlotte, Johnny Lewis, Caleb Gilmore, Kane Squire, Jesse Stroud and Joshua Double. So that's a 6.3 second lead as they cross the line from Simon Attridge to Chris DeFoy. Now they're riding in separate classes. Chris on the bike number 40, the Yamaha MT-07, is riding in Pro Twins, and Simon Attridge is running a Formula 3 bike because the capacity is outside the class limit for Pro Twin.
So Simon Attridge down into the 147s. So he's gone 4 seconds a lap quicker this time than last time. That is actually a lap best time of the race so far, but I'm expecting to see that drop even further as the guys get used to it. They work out where the water is and keep away from it. And if they're running slick tyres, finally getting some temperature into their tyres. Hell of a ding-dong going on with Johnny
Lewis and
Dennis Charlotte. They've got past each other 4 times so far, and they're side by side into the dipper. Look at that, Dennis Charlotte.
Absolutely.
I've never seen anyone overtake on the outside going into the dipper. That's amazing.
Fantastic move.
And that shows supreme confidence in his tyres.
So Simon Attridge leading the F3 class, crossing the line in first place. And look at the power difference between the Pro Twin MT-07 and of Christopher Foy and Dennis Charlotte on the Formula 3 bike, which is a 320cc Yamaha Twin. Massive difference in speed. So of course Dennis has to do all of his hard work through the infield, because as soon as we get to the straight, that MT-07 just romps past.
That was a good move under brakes by Dennis going into the hairpin. Sorry,
Johnny Lewis, I think it was,
actually
made the move.
Yeah.
So I think Johnny's starting to feel a bit more confident in the surface conditions. I'm pretty certain that he went out on slicks, and looks like they're starting to come into their own now as he's feeling out the track surface conditions, and certainly from where I'm sitting, I'm seeing lots and lots of dry. So Johnny Lewis up into second position, ahead of Christopher Foy, but that puts Johnny into second position overall, and Dennis Charlotte into third position in Formula 3, Christopher Foy leading the Pro Twins class. So a race within a race within a race here. Simon Attridge crossing the line with a significant gap. And Johnny Lewis from Stoke having a good run. He's managing to pull a bit of a gap, and that would be his best lap of the race at a 1:49.2. But Simon Attridge, by far the best lap of this race at a 1:47.869. Here's Joshua Double crossing the line for what will be second place in the Pro Twins class, followed by Nick Bowlink for third place in the Pro Twins, and Paul Bergman for fourth place in the Pro Twins class. Racing seems to have settled down a little bit now. Everyone just finding the groove and finding their rhythm. I wonder if it's a bridge too far for Johnny Lewis to catch Simon Attridge. Certainly the lap times are giving Simon the advantage. Whether Johnny can gain some more confidence in the drying conditions remains to be seen. Good dice going on between Christopher Foy, Dennis Charlotte and Caleb Gilmore back in third, fourth and fifth position. And someone's just pulled off
Two
into
of
the
them have.
pits.
He's going too fast through pit lane. Stop.
Speeding in the
Yep.
pit lane.
Yep.
That's Dennis Charlotte. And he's
Off the bike
he's
and back in
off
the
the
pits.
bike and back in the pits. And Caleb Gilmore as well. Both parked it.
Something quite dramatic happening there.
It's interesting with 3 laps to go,
Yeah.
4 laps completed. So that's narrowed the field down quite considerably. So we'll just try and catch our vision and figure out where everyone is on the track. So it will still be Simon Attridge leading the race and leading the Formula 3 class, ahead of Johnny Lewis on the F3 bike, followed by Chris DeFoy, the first of the Pro Twins. Number 43 will be Kane Squire on the Formula 3 bike, so he will be in 3rd position in Formula 3. Joshua Double, bike number 82, 2nd position Pro Twins, followed by Nick Bolink, number 74, in 3rd position Pro Twins.
So now I want to know what's happened to Dennis Charlotte. You don't often see that. He came up off the track in one hell of a hurry. I don't know, maybe he needs the loo or something.
Sometimes racer frustration if things haven't gone right during the race and the bike suffered some sort of failure, be it electrical, mechanical or suspension. Even something as simple as not quite enough fuel can cause people to be forced to pull in. So I'm sure Dennis is feeling quite frustrated. Oh, and a new fastest lap of the race by Johnny Lewis, a 1:47.398, compared to the last lap by Simon Attridge of a 1:48.8. So 1.5 seconds faster by Johnny Lewis that time around, but with only 2 laps to go and 8.5 seconds the difference, I think that we could say that Simon Attridge will have this covered, barring any incidents.
Okay, I'm looking around the track now and I'm seeing dry lines appear in almost all the corners I can see, which is boding well. If the weather stays like this, the track's only going to dry out a bit more, and when we get to the Superbike race in a couple of races' time, we should be up for some dry track and full slicks. So
I'd agree with that, Phil. I'm looking to the west down towards the end of the start-finish straight, and I used the big concrete tower as a weather gauge, and earlier in the day it was completely misted in.
Yep.
And you couldn't see it at all, and now I can see it clear as a bell. So I'm predicting that the weather is going to hold off at least for the next race. So it looks like we're going to be in for an interesting afternoon of racing.
So Chris DeFoy on the MT-07 is just about 30 seconds ahead of his fellow classmate Joshua Double. So 30 seconds lead is not to be sneezed at. He's certainly riding well. The white flag's out, last lap.
And another best lap of the race by Johnny Lewis, bike number 54 in 2nd position, a 1:46.547, so we can definitely tell that the track conditions are drying and that the surface is providing a substantial amount more grip. There would definitely be slicks now.
Yeah, they're 5 seconds a lap quicker than they were this morning. So there's still patches where on the race line, particularly going through the dipper, there is still wet tarmac in the middle of the track, but that's the slowest part of the track, so hopefully that's not going to be too much of a problem. But yeah, no, it's definitely drying out, and if I was out there running in the next half an hour, I'd be fitting my slicks back on and the tyre warmers in. So
absolutely, I'd second that call, Phil, absolutely. So here we have Joshua Double coming in to start his final lap on the Pro Twins class. Joshua running in 2nd position. Now, one thing not to forget, ladies and gentlemen, is even though the track is drying and the riders are going back to slicks, the meeting has been declared wet. That means that they must continue to display their red rear light, even in the dry conditions, for the rest of the meeting.
And have the bungs out of the belly pans too, the drain.
That's right, the drain bungs must also be removed from the belly pans to prevent water building up and sloshing onto the tyre under braking. Very dangerous condition if you forget to remove the drain bungs in the wet. So here we have Simon Attridge completing the race in first position with a commanding lead over Johnny Lewis in second position at the final difference of 7.2 seconds. In third position in the race, but first position in his class, we have Chris Defoy on the 650 Pro Twin, followed home by Kane Squire, third position in Formula 3 on the RS450. Next across the line should be Joshua Double, who is just heading into the double left complex into the Dipper. A very difficult section of the track, one of the slower sections of the track, but definitely complex. Joshua just running on up to the sweeper now. He will be followed home by Nick Bolink, also on an SV650. And here comes Joshua Double to cross the line for second position in the Pro Twins class. Congratulations, Josh Double and his sponsors, Mum and Dad. Nick Bolink crossing the line in third position. Congratulations, Nick. Well ridden. And coming out to round out the race is Paul Bergman. Well done, Paul, with a best lap time of 2 minutes 1.226.
Great, well that's the first of the GP races out of the way. Next up will be the 300 Supersports and 250 Productions. Hopefully we should see a bigger grid for these guys today, or this afternoon, than we did this morning. The 250 Productions don't have wet weather tyres, so a lot of them stayed in bed, but this afternoon with a drying track, I'm hoping to see a lot more of them. So we'll be back in just a few minutes.